And this is the part where you're going to... Nobody ever believes me when I tell them this is how my eyebrows really look. So I'm gonna show you how I do my brows using less than $10 worth of products. And I've been through so much trial and error over the last few years. I've literally been trying to get the perfect eyebrows since middle school. So I feel like I am 100% qualified to talk about this because I have perfected my technique. And this is especially for the sparse eyebrow girlies like me. So let's go ahead and let's just get right into the tutorial. Okay, so as you can see, I have extremely sparse eyebrows. They've always been like this like my whole life. I always like to tell people most of my makeup is literally my eyebrows. Once my eyebrows are done, the rest of my face falls together. So first things first, we need to go over what we're going to need. Nothing individually costs over $10. Together, I want to say maybe like 20 bucks. Maybe 15, but let's just go ahead and go over it. So first things first, I am using the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This costs about $5. The next thing I'm using is the Wet n Wild Kohl eyeliner pencil, and this is in the shade Simma Brown now, and this is like $1 or $2. Everything else is going to be tools. So I have a little spoolie brush. These things come free normally if you buy like eyelashes or like clusters and stuff. You could get these like really cheap, maybe like $1. So this next brush I am using, it came in a pack for like $7. This is one of the 3 brushes, and as you can see, it's kind of like a really flat, like dense brush. The next, and this is like one of my like favorite brushes to use now for brows. I used to use a different brush that came in a naked palette from years ago. I have no idea what happened to that thing because I've been using this a lot lately. And this is just like a regular flat brush. This will cost like $1 or $2. And last but not least, this is probably the most expensive brush, and I think this one was maybe like $5 or $6. This is from Real Techniques, and this is their Expert Concealer Brush. Now, between this one and this one, you don't need both. You can get one or the other. You don't need both. So now that we're all up close and personal, let's go ahead and start. First things first, make sure that brow pencil is sharp. Well, not sharp, but just like, you see it? We don't want to start off with a blunt tip brow pencil. Well, this is an eyeliner pencil, but y'all know what I mean. Next thing I am going to do is I am going to brush up my brows and just get them into place. This next trick is optional, but as you can see, my skincare, I used a different moisturizer, so my face is a little more greasier than usual, but I'm just going to use the Air Spun. You can use like any loose powder. I'm just gonna put a little bit on a whatever you call this thing. My brain is like glitching. I'm just gonna like tap it like that, and then I'm just gonna go back and forth just to kind of like work that product in there. And as you can see, it's like a lot less greasy in this area. So I'm just gonna go back in, brush those brows up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start with the tail first. You're just gonna go slightly underneath, and this is where it depends on the type of eyebrow shape you want to do. I like doing like a more like straight with a slight curved brow. So you're gonna go right under where your hair starts, and you're gonna start like drawing from the bottom first. You're gonna draw out that line for how long you want your eyebrows to go, just like that. Now you're gonna go to the top of the brow. You're gonna go slightly above the top of it, and you're just going to draw, and you're just going to bring it out and connect it just like that. And it really helps. Make sure y'all are not using like a blunt tip pencil. Just don't. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and start filling out that middle part. I'm gonna start filling, and keep in mind when I'm filling out this part, I have my, you see how like on one side of the pencil it has more product, and if I rotate it, you see how it's less on that side? I'm using the side that has the most product. I'm laying it flat against my face, and I'm just dragging it just like that. And I'm just dragging it like just into the shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't Like, don't worry about perfecting the brows at all. And now, as you can see, I'm still using that same technique, and I went slightly above the brow here. I'm just trying to get a nice little shape going where we can see like the box part. And as you can see, we have nothing in the middle here. This is the fun part. We're gonna make sure our pencil is still on the side that has the most product on it. And we're just gonna go ahead and go up with very, very light strokes. So it should look something like that. I know, it looks crazy as hell. This is where the spoolie comes in. You're just gonna flick this top part, and you know you're flicking it right if you start seeing the product move up or down. So you see how like it's not as perfect anymore. I have like product like way up here. That's how you know you're doing it right. That's how you're gonna get that more like natural brow effect. You know how it's more like sparse and fluffy like here, and then it gets a little bit bolder back there. That's how we get that look. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and fluff kind of like out the rest of it. I don't want it to look super, super harsh. So I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer and I'm just putting it on the back of a product, just because I want to have control over how much I am putting on this brush. So I'm going to get a little closer. I'm just gonna scrape it, and as you can see, that's how much product I have on it. And this part, you might need some practice. I've been doing this for a very, very, very long time. So you might have to close your eye, you might not. I could do it with my eye closed. I mean, my eye open. So you're just gonna take it and you're just gonna start like applying it. Don't start right at your eyebrow. Start like slightly below. That way you have like, you can work it in like closer to it to get that more like crisp look. So I'm just taking my brush, and now that I've kind of spread the product out, I'm gonna go in with just a little bit more on the back of my brush. And I'm just gonna go ahead and carve that brow out. And then when you are blending the, how do you say, like when you're blending out this concealer, don't start at the top and blend it. Blend from like about here. Don't start blending here, blend here. Because if you start blending from here, it's not gonna look as crisp. So I'm just gonna blend from the bottom, just like that. And then make sure you look at your brow from all angles too. I'm just gonna, because sometimes it'll look good from the front angle, but then when you turn to the side, it's just like, ooh, it's not giving. And then just make sure, because it will give you that unibrow look. I see some people do it. I don't recommend it, because if you're in a rush and you don't blend your makeup out as good as you think you do, it's gonna give you a unibrow look. And I know that because I accidentally did it the other day and I was in a rush. Unibrow, and I thought I blended to the gods. No, I'm just gonna go ahead, and now we have the bottom part done. So now we're just gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the top. A little bit of product is all you need. I'm just gonna go ahead and scrape some more up, and let me just go ahead and get a little closer. I'm gonna do it at an angle where y'all can see me, and as y'all can see, I'm just putting it above the brow just like that. So then when I come in to drag it, I get that. This is literally so much fun. This is like my favorite part, but this is the part where you have to be kind of careful as well too. Just gonna go in, put some more product on the back. Oops, kind of got up there. And this is the part where you're going to connect it just like that. Oh, that was so icy. Now I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm not starting at the base. I'm just starting like here, and I'm just like blending it up. And I'm just like carving it like a little bit more. I'm just fixing it because I do see like some slight imperfections. So now this is the part where you have to have a little bit of patience. And this is why my eyebrows look so crisp and kind of like looks really good for a long time. I let my concealer sit. You're gonna let your concealer sit. We don't start blending this right away. If you're in a rush, cool. I'm gonna show you because it's been like about like 30-40 seconds. I wouldn't let it sit for like a super long time, no more than like 2 minutes or maybe like a minute and a half, but just kind of let it like sit. So now I'm gonna go in with my Real Techniques. This is the Expert Concealer Brush, and I'm just going to start blending. And you see how I'm blending from here? You don't start blending way up here. Start blending the part where the concealer ends. And then you could like work your way up to get closer. Blended that out. And of course, if you're doing like a full face of makeup, you're gonna do like more blending and blending it in with the foundation and stuff. There are some days where I just like to do my brows and, you know, some lip gloss, lashes, and just go about my day. Those are the days you want to make sure like you really like get in there and blend it like super good. But I am going to do a full face after this, so I don't necessarily need to do that. But you just don't want any like harsh lines. Even though, yes, we could tell it's concealer because it's much lighter than the rest of my face, you can't see where it starts and you can't see necessarily like where it like ends because I went ahead and blended it out. And again, we're not touching way up here. We want to keep that part crisp. We're not touching up here. We're blending from the bottom. So now same thing for the top. I dragged it up a little bit too much accidentally, but I'm just gonna blend it just like that. This part is a little tricky because you have to be really, really careful, because if you don't blend this beginning part right, it's gonna make it not look as crisp. So just be very, very careful when you're blending the top part. Come in from the bottom like that. We have a beautiful brow. So I am going to be back once I do the rest of my face and my other eyebrow. I might change this wig too, because I don't know if I like this hair. Like I put edge control and it's like starting to revert, so I don't know if I like it too much. So yes, yeah. This is the finished look. As y'all know, this is like my signature look. I love a bright pink under eye. I love my white eyeliner. I love my like chocolate lip liner with my pink lips. Like this is like my go-to. So yes, I hope that this video was super helpful. Let me know if y'all want to see more makeup videos from me, and if you want me to do anything specific, go ahead and comment down below and I got you.